The BloomBurrow pre-release weekend is over and the results are in. Today's video is going to focus on the financial aspect of what's been happening with BloomBurrow, where prices are likely going to head, and what players are opening. Now, don't get me wrong, if you think that this is going to be some weird rant video about BloomBurrow, it's really not going to happen, but we have to lay the facts out so you, the people who watch this content, can be informed. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thank you again for hanging out with me on the channel today, and I hope you guys are having a great day in the world of Magic the Gathering. A reminder, if you enjoyed today's content, like and subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and hey, help me get closer to 50,000 subscribers. Every subscriber counts. You guys make it happen. To my regular viewers, you know how much I appreciate you, so thanks for being here. So, BloomBurrow, the pre-release weekend has had a whole secondary market effect that we need to talk about. A lot of people commented on my Saturday video of the top 10 with the 3-tree city, and watching the price plummet for this card just overnight as more copies became available and as more supply started to hit what was going on in the market space. As soon as you start adding a lot of supply and there's not as much demand, prices are going to plummet. Now, here's the funny thing. This really isn't unusual. Okay? It really isn't. We don't know where prices are going to go at the very beginning of a release of any product. It takes time to find the winners and the losers and for players to really suss out what cards are going to be great and where they are best likely going to be played. Is it going to be in Pauper? Is it going to be in Commander? How about Modern, Vintage, Legacy? Are we going to see things only in Commander? This is where players will figure everything out and the prices will adjust accordingly. That doesn't mean a card like 3-Tree City isn't likely to rebound. It doesn't mean that a lot of these single cards that are higher now aren't going to drop and some new ones that are lower are going to go up. This leaves a lot of space for speculators and for players who get in early in the market space. Now, the pre-release weekend was also a great time for players to crack their product and get in there. I attended 2 pre-release events this weekend. I went pretty good, actually. I did okay. I went 2-1, and then I went 3-0, so I had a pretty good time when I was there. It was fantastic overall for the gameplay, the experience, awesome. I didn't have a particularly strong pack opening. And then as I was watching other people open their boxes and as I played against more decks, a lot of the players I played against and a lot of the people at these events comment on how low the value was, how few cards they got of any determinate value at all, and it just seemed like they were having a good time, but they spent a lot of money to be there, and there wasn't grumbling per se, but maybe a little bit of a, man, these cards don't really have a lot of value right now. And that was not just one conversation, it actually dominated the evening in between the game matches of everyone playing. It went around the table over and over again, like it was deja vu. Every time I played at a new little pod group of tables, you would see these players commenting like, oh, did you get this? Did you get this? Did you see the value of this? And the values were just going down. So, new release product, not a lot of value there. And there was also people still talking about the Commander Precon decks, which they were very happy with. The Play Booster boxes, which, yes, a few got opened this weekend. And there wasn't as much value as players had hoped would be there. Again, it's a new product, and I did comment to several people that just because cards are low now, we don't know where they're going to end up, so you need to hold on to your cards until the market sorts itself out. Don't trade in early and then regret that trade in later when you trade a card in for $2-3 and it becomes a $20 card. This has happened so many times. It's actually the market norm, and that's where a lot of players fail to realize the impact of supply on the market, because as that supply hits the market space, and then as the supply leaves the market space, that's when the prices will adjust, and that's when we're going to see a little bit of an increase for certain cards, and maybe even a decrease for cards we thought were going to be good, but they just didn't work out. Because the other thing we have realized in this space, and BloomBurrow is a prime example, the hype train is awesome, players are looking forward to it, including myself, and yes, it is a good set. It is well built, well conceived, well constructed, with a decent type of idea behind it, but the money moves on each and every time. If we were here to talk about Modern Horizons 3, you would know right now that nothing's going on. Nothing is selling for sealed product. It's sitting there on shelves right now. 1 or 2 boxes every day or two on TCG Player and other types of like online platforms, it's not doing anything because the money moved on to BloomBurrow. And where does the money move from BloomBurrow? You guessed it, man. We're getting ready for Duskmorn already. That's how players' minds work because this is the way Wizards of the Coast has engineered it. And even when they did their Q2 report about their earnings, they commented on how strong the pre-order sales were for what was going on in BloomBurrow. They commented that the quarterly earnings for Modern Horizons 3 matched off against Lord of the Rings, but only for that quarter. Not that it was going to be some huge, amazing thing. It's going to drop. The prices are going to adjust. And when they adjust like this, that's when you're going to see that shift. When the money moves on and the supply starts to dwindle, some of these cards are going to go up. Remember to pay attention to the uncommons in any given set now because they're just built differently. They're not the same uncommons we saw in 2020, 2021, 2022, even 2023. As soon as we hit late 2023 to 2024, we started noticing the uncommons are worth more. Now that doesn't mean that the rares and mythics are going to be adjusted, but there is a little bit of a switch up there. Now for the starter decks, they've actually started gaining in value because they're harder to come by right now. A lot of small stores sold out right away, so I've seen like a 5 to 10% increase in a lot of those starter decks. Bundle packs seem to have leveled out, no problems there. And the pre-constructed commander decks have gone up maybe like $5 again for each one. Not a massive amount, but it's enough for players to notice. That again doesn't mean these prices won't shift. Always be aware of that. And yes, squirrels are the most sought after card right now. My top 10 and my reserve list top 10 Saturday and Sunday proved that and showed the numbers. So if you haven't seen those videos, you should go back and watch them so you can understand how the secondary market's working within these confines of which cards are being sought after. And then when we get to the BloomBurrow cards of this pre-release weekend, as well as the official launch date this week, the market will level itself out in the next 30 days. Usually it's 60 or 90, it's going to happen faster. Things will harden and solidify to the price points they need to be at because people aren't going to be cracking this thing left, right, and center. They might even go back for Assassin's Creed. They might go back for a few tidbits they missed as a little bit of money becomes available and players have gotten their fill of some of these new sets. They do tend to go back and buy 1 or 2 random packs at a store once in a while just so they can open some packs and have some fun. But that does release more cards into the system. The secondary market gets a few others. And a lot of LGSs out there have taken up the torch of giving out a prize pool that also includes a lot of packs of older sets that they own already and they've already paid for. Because a lot of those cards, players will trade into the store, which gives the store new credit to work with. It gives them new cards they can sell to the consumers to keep the money flowing. So it's not a bad idea, and it seems to be working well for a lot of the LGSs I speak with. It was a wild weekend, guys. There was a lot of action going on, but nothing is out of the norm. Even these prices dropping the way they are, it's just the market finding itself a little bit faster than is normal, but nothing is out of the actual boundaries of what we consider normal now in the secondary market. Don't forget, allocation will be tighter and money moves on faster, so the prices kind of stick around longer. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with me today. Thanks for being here on the video. Let me know if anything seemed a little bit weird at your openings. Did you notice you didn't get as many rares and as many mythics? Do you notice that the play booster packs are basically draft packs again? I heard that so many times this weekend that it just, I have to mention it here at the end of the video. So many times people kept saying, you know, there's nothing different about these play booster packs anymore. They are just a draft pack with a different name and 1 extra foil. This is ridiculous. I feel like I paid extra money for absolutely nothing. And then we talk about value boosters. Oh, I know, too soon, right? Foundations? I know, we're getting there. Guys, thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for being here with me on the video today. I look forward to reading your comments in the comments section. And of course, don't forget tomorrow is another day and of course, another video. Hey guys, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons of the channel. Because of my patrons and YouTube membership members, I am here every single day of the week providing new content here on YouTube. So thanks again for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to check out my YouTube shorts. I put those out every day as well. I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. To my members, to my patrons, thanks again guys. Have a great day everyone. What, we're back here again? At the end of the video with like a green screen thing? Don't worry, I can make that green screen go away, but I like Mabel the Mouse, man. I like the idea of it, Secret of Nim style, red wall, and the Crag Flame is just an awesome card. The idea behind it is awesome, even though the story was so poorly written. Ramble Jamble time. Pre-release was awesome. I probably talked about this during my live stream. And you guys are probably hearing a little recap right now. But here's the kicker. That conversation loop of repetitive sales knowledge was a real crux for a lot of the conversations. How they just don't feel that they should be paying that much money for a Play Booster box. Now, people bought packs. A lot of packs, actually, when I saw people there, but nobody was buying boxes. People, I asked the store owner, the ones I went to, how the pre-orders went. They said they were pretty good. Those players already picked up their stuff, so it's fine. They got them. They're being held at the store for the official release date, and then they'll pick them up that day. But the store owner said, I'm not reordering it. I said, really? He goes, I'm going to order 1 or 2 boxes so people can open packs, but I'm not going to keep supply. And then when I checked out a few other stores, I heard the exact same thing, where it's like, no, I'm not reordering. I said, but BloomBurrow's such a hit. And they go, the money moves on too fast, man. It moves on too quick. There's no way we should stick around keeping boxes on the shelves when we can just reorder it if we need to, because they can talk about tight allocations all they want. We haven't had trouble getting restocks of the Play Booster boxes or even the collector boxes, which is interesting, guys. Keep that in mind, that this stuff is going to be around for years. The stores know it. The distributors wish that people didn't realize it, and Wizards of the Coast definitely understands what's going on. So, fascinating time to be here in Magic. It's still a great set. I had such a good time. Anyway, guys, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy.